So my first academic position appointment was as an assistant professor at George Mason University. So George Mason is in Northern Virginia, not too far out of DC. I had been there for 3 years, and I was coming up to my initial contract renewal, which includes the preparation of a personal statement, including your CV, a statement about your research trajectory, etc. I will be the first to confess that even though I think my writing is relatively strong, I get tired with details. And so oftentimes I'll write quickly. I will most probably not copy edit my work thoroughly enough. So this was one situation where that came up. At George Mason, which I think is typical with many universities, I was appointed a mentor to work with me, to give me feedback on the preparation of my documents. Very helpful. This actually was a white individual from a South American country who had been in the US for quite a few years. So I had given him my documents. He reviewed the documents, called me to meet with him in his office, and framed the feedback. This is a true story, just to let you know. Framed the feedback using this analogy. He said to me, look, the content of what you're saying is quite good, but your work is sloppy. The writing can be tighter. You need to make sure there aren't any typing errors, etc. Again, very useful feedback. However, the way he framed it was, consider this, he said. You have been out primarily working in the field as a servant, and you are now being invited to come into the house. I am not making this up. So I will tell you, it took me a few months for the impact of that story to settle and to realize how demeaning that illustration was in the context of where I was living, the history of Virginia. It was very demeaning. I left the university 4 months later.